Hey, Jeff. How's it going?
Oh, it's going great. Good day here. How about you?
Well, I'm good. Good, real good. A lot's happening. You know, I'm launching the new company, so that's busy. I've got a lot of meetings coming up next week to get that to the next level, so we're getting ready to start a marketing campaign. So it's exciting. It really is.
You do great. You do great, man. Bravo.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, it's really quite exciting. Hey, Roland, welcome. Who else has joined us? Welcome to the call, everybody.
We are the league.
Hey, how's it going? All right.
Hell yeah, get pumped up.
Hey, what's up there? We're doing good here. Doing all right. Got a nice night here. It's not too hot. It's workable. It's working.
It's hotter than hell down here in Florida now.
Well, you can have it.
Wow.
Gotta give it away.
Call me up in February and let me know how it is. And then I might consider.
Yeah. That's better
right now, you can have it.
Yes.
No problem. I don't care how terrific it looks. You can have it. Well, welcome to the call. Who else has joined us on the Franco Wallace call?
Hi, this is Lana Mitrowski from Richmond.
Hi, Lana. Welcome.
Thank you. Hi.
Texas.
Welcome. Who else has joined us?
New York.
Hey, welcome to the call. Who else is on the call? We'd like to hear from you.
Hi, Joanne from Alaska.
Hey,
Hi,
Maine and Alaska. Welcome. How's it going?
Hey, better.
Hi.
And
all right, you're doing better. Good. I'm happy to hear
yeah.
that. Good. That's good. So I think
84 degrees today.
Oh, you're getting in the rest of us. All
yeah,
right.
huh?
Welcome to our world.
Yep.
I'm jealous.
Hi. Welcome to the call. Hey, how you doing? Glad you could make it.
Steve, this is Fred Ryan down in Zephyr Hills, Florida.
Yeah, you are. How's it going? Good to have you.
Good, real good. You?
Good. I'm well, thanks. I really am. I'm doing great. Thank you. Thanks for asking. Glad to be on the call.
Hey, buddy, Lanny here from Ocala, Florida.
Hi, Lanny. Welcome.
Hi, Lanny.
Hi.
Ramona from Arizona.
Hey, Arizona. Hi.
Hey.
Hi.
Anthony from Rhode Island.
Hey, welcome, Anthony. How are you? How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Excellent. Good. I'm really good. Thanks. Good. Good to hear you.
Terrific.
All right.
This is Walker from Medford, Wisconsin.
Hey, welcome to the call.
Thank you.
Hello, this is Dean from Washington State.
Hi, Dean. Good to have you on the call.
Hello, this is Eddie Burns from Lakeland, Florida.
Hi, Eddie. Welcome to the call.
Hey, Eddie, how you doing?
All right, man.
Who else has joined us? Welcome to the call.
Ken from California.
Hey, hi. How are you?
Pretty good.
Good. Excellent. Glad you could make the call. Who else is on the call?
It's Gregory from San Antonio.
Hi, Gregory.
How you doing?
Good, thanks. How's it going?
It's going well.
All right, good.
Mark, the sharp guy from the Central Time Zone of Florida.
Hey, Mark. How's it going, man? Good to hear your voice.
Pretty good.
All right,
Well,
excellent. Yeah, I bet. Huh? Who else has joined us? Welcome. Hey, hi. How are you?
Pretty good. How are you?
Hi, Steve.
Hey, Kay. Welcome.
Yes, thank you. Thank you.
Great you're here.
Yes, hello. Scott from Maryland.
Hi, Scott.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi. Let's hear from you. Welcome to the call. It's going to get a little noisy, but don't worry. We'll mute you out.
Hey, Steve.
Yeah, don't be on the... What's
Carol
that?
from
Welcome.
Montana.
Hi, Carol. Welcome to the call.
Hey, Steve.
Hey, hi.
Please.
Hey, hi. How are you?
Good.
Good, excellent. Glad you could be
Hi, Charlie.
PK.
New York.
Hey, welcome to the call.
No, thank you.
Glad you could make it with us.
Hey, Steve, this is Jose from California.
Hey, hi, how you doing?
Good.
All right, glad you could be on the call. Welcome, everybody. You're on the Frank R. Wallace call.
Yeah, I'm here.
Hey, hi.
How you doing?
I'm good. I'm really good. I'm really in a good place. It's been a busy summer. It's going to get busier, but it's good.
Are we wait until 5 or right now?
We're going to start it where you're from California. Yeah, we'll start it in 5 minutes, 6 minutes.
All right, then.
Yeah, right now we let everybody talk and chat and say hi, and then we mute you out.
All right.
So this is your chance to everybody to say hi. Never let it be said we don't let you say hi.
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 Hey,
everybody.
Hi.
Hey, hi.
Hi.
If you're on any of my calls, you're not allowed to be in the shadows. So you got to hear you. Sing out.
Hi.
Don't allow that. Hey, hi. Welcome.
Hi, my name is Selena.
Hello, everybody.
Hey, how you doing? What was that movie where they said you don't put... Hey, good. How you doing? Remember that movie where they said, hey, good, you said don't put baby in the corner? Nobody puts any of you in the corner. You're out there among all of us. Dirty dancing, there you go. So we don't allow any of that. You're all out there. You're among the people. You're all leaders, self-leaders. So we don't have any of that corner stuff or anybody in the closet or corner. You're all out there among everybody.
Hi, Steve. Don Tommaso from Minnesota.
Minnesota, welcome. How are you?
Thank you.
Glad you could be with us. Nobody's in the shadow.
Hi, Elaine Bennett from Arkansas.
Hi, Elaine. Welcome.
Hi,
Hello.
Hello there.
Who else has joined us?
Hey, everybody's in Florida from the call. I need one more person for the TVP affiliate.
Thank you.
Either a treasurer or secretary.
Hello, everybody. Roy from Michigan.
Hey, Roy. How you doing?
Oh, how's everybody?
We're good. How are you?
Fine, thanks.
Okay.
Good. Excellent.
Hey, this is Steve from Kenosha, Wisconsin. Second reading of the
welcome.
collection.
Yeah?
Yes. On my way with the second reading.
Oh, okay. Good, man. Excellent. Good.
Yeah.
All right. I like the forward movement. Excellent.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Keep that reading going. Don't give up on it.
Right.
Hi, everybody. Lydia from Maryland.
Hello, Lydia. Welcome to the call.
Hi there.
Hi.
Thank you. Hello, this is Elsa from Florida.
Hey, Florida. Another Florida. We got a lot going on.
Floridian. Hell yeah.
I'm from New York.
Hi, New York.
Frank from Arizona.
Hey, Arizona.
North Carolina.
North Carolina. You're right. Welcome. Hello.
Rick from Arizona.
Hello.
Hey, Rick.
Donna from Denver.
Hi, Donna. Welcome to the call.
Thank you.
David from Wisconsin.
Hi, welcome.
Hi, Jerry from Ohio. How you doing?
I'm good, Jerry. How you doing? All right?
Really good. Here in Ohio,
Excellent.
beautiful today.
Yeah, it wasn't a bad one. We had a nice one around, actually. It was a good one.
Good evening, Larry Johnson from New Jersey.
Hey, Larry. Welcome.
Hey, Steve.
How you doing?
Great.
All right, good. Who else has joined us? Welcome to the call.
Rick from Minnesota.
Hey, Rick. How's it going, man?
Hello, Steve. Hello, everybody. Miami, Florida.
Hello there.
Welcome. Hi.
Hello. I'm Patsy from Georgia.
Hey, Pat. Welcome. Who else has joined us?
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, hi. How's it going, man? How's it going, everybody? Good. Who else has joined us? We got about 2 minutes.
Henry from Michigan.
Steve from Pennsylvania.
Hey, Steve. Welcome. And Henry, welcome.
John from New York.
Hey, John. North Carolina. Hi.
Brian, Oklahoma.
Hey, Brian. How are you?
Hey, Oklahoma. Hi, this is Nancy in Florida.
Hey, Nancy. Welcome.
Yay.
Yeah, Mickey from Illinois.
Welcome to the call, everybody.
if I was in the back seat, and we'd put you in the front seat, you would stand up, and then you went to the front.
Who else has joined us? Welcome to the call.
Lex and Maida here.
Hey, Lex. Hi, Maida.
What's up, Steve?
Arkansas.
Hi, welcome.
What's up, Steve? Hey, Steve.
Hi. Yeah.
Why you don't hit me up on Facebook, man?
What was that?
Why you don't hit me up on Facebook, man?
Who is this?
This is TRN Davis. I'm your friend on Facebook.
Well, if you friended me, I'd put you on. Have you friended me? I don't know. I friend everybody I can get. I see it in the society. Try it again. I'll do it tomorrow. Welcome. Who else has joined us?
Chandra, Texas.
Hey, welcome.
Gina's from Minnesota.
Hey, Minnesota. Welcome. Hi.
Beverly up there.
I'm doing it.
I'm going to be coming up. That was running a few hundred people right now. All right.
What you doing? You take Michael.
Okay, we got just about less than a minute. Hey, hi. How are ya? Connecticut, welcome.
You got it, thanks.
Glad you could be with us.
Hey, good evening, Steve. Mike Milkey from Pennsylvania.
Hey, Mike. Long time no talk. How are you?
Pleasure speaking with you earlier, Steve.
Yeah, it was a pleasure. I'm glad we had the chance to talk, Mike.
Hi. I'll go ahead and finish clocking up.
Hello.
I'll finish clocking up. My computer's doing goofy down there.
Welcome. Who else has joined us? Let's hear from you.
James from Minnesota.
Good evening. Welcome.
Larry Hayes from Minnesota.
Larry from California.
Hey, Larry. Welcome.
Maine from South Carolina.
Welcome to the call.
Travis from Riverdale, Utah.
Hi.
This is
Rose
from Georgia.
Georgia is in the house.
Hi.
Hey, George.
Hello, Sandra from District. Hi.
This is Honor from Nashville.
Well, good evening. Welcome. Hi.
This is Summer from Louisiana.
Welcome to the call. It's good to hear from you all.
Will the lady from South Carolina stay on the line after the call?
Hello.
Welcome.
Come on,
Hello, Steve.
Hey, welcome.
Everyone.
Rosa.
Glad you could be with us.
How's everybody doing up there?
Hello.
I can't.
Welcome
It's really noisy on
numbers
there.
are getting, it's noisy. You got a few hundred people on the phone. Of course it's noisy. Okay, Charlie, let's hit it. What?
Oh, you're Steve.
Thank you very much. Yes, it is noisy, everybody. Welcome to the
Those
Frank
last 5 minutes were great, aren't they?
Yeah, it is wonderful. And I do record that because I want to keep that for prosperity because it's just a wonderful feeling to hear all of the energy, you know, in the room and the excitement and like-mindedness. It's wonderful. I want to thank you all for joining us tonight. We are on the Frank R. Wallace call, and you are members of the league. And you know what that means. You know you're out there. You're special. Yes, there's nothing wrong with being special, but you do it with love. You know, it's love in your heart and honesty on your lips. Always remember that. We're not the elite class. We're not here to manipulate. We're not here to abuse people. We're not here for our egos. But we're here to prove that we have something of value. Always remember that. You are a very special person, each and every one of you. And I love you for who you are. And why do you say I love you? Let me say this why. I've been looking for you. Did you know that? I've been looking for all of you for almost 52 years. And I found you. Of course I love you. You're special to me. You're precious to me. Because I've been wanting to meet all of you. And we're here. We're together. And I believe all of you have been looking also. Because we're seekers. We're searchers. And we've been looking. And we have the common denominator of the literature. And I want to thank Frank R. Wallace, Mark Hamilton, Eric Savage, and even last week's guest. I hope everybody enjoyed last week's special program. I tell you, I got such great emails and comments from all of the listeners last week. Tony Ward did a phenomenal job. That's Frank R. Wallace's son was our special guest. And he just did a phenomenal job speaking with me and answering some questions about his relationship with Frank R. Wallace. And It was just beautiful. So I want to thank him. And I did get notice that Rosa Maria Wallace, Frank R. Wallace's widow, will be speaking with us in August. I will let you know details in the upcoming weeks, but she will be my special guest coming up, and that's another really interview you don't want to miss. So look forward to that, and I'll be announcing that shortly. But just remember, you're special. You've got something to offer. You're members of the league, and that means that you have that just that power within you, that energy, that beauty. And I think that's pretty special. And you should be happy for that, and you should be pleased because, you know, you have characteristics, traits, qualities that people admire, and you should admire. You know, as many of you know, I'm a life coach, and I've been working with I have some new clients this month, and a lot of it is I have to work on self-esteem. That's really one of the first things I'm breaking through because I didn't realize how bad our society has done to us, how we are so afraid to be selfish. We're so afraid to think highly of ourselves. That's very sad. And it's out there. And many of us have felt the same way, too. Like we're almost embarrassed to say, you know, we're pretty darn terrific. And you should say you're darn terrific because you are. You're the greatest. And it's a shame to see how our elite have really put us down. Those outside authorities have kept us down. So think about that as we talk tonight, because we're going to have a very special call tonight, because I'm going to be talking tonight about a few items. I'm going to be talking about the upcoming 12 Visions Party program, which, remember, Frank R. Wallace had that vision, and we're going to move forward with the 12 Visions Party. But also, we're going to be talking tonight about neo-think mentality. But you have to eliminate things in your life to have real neo-think mentality. We want to talk about thinking in pictures, picture puzzles, the right brain, left brain. But you cannot really get a clear picture unless you unload the garbage. Yes, right, the garbage that society has put on us. So tonight we're going to talk about unloading that garbage. We're going to talk about thinking in puzzle pictures. And we're going to be talking about really how the elite class has really did a detriment to us and how we're going to blast away from that. And how Dr. Wallace, through his literature, talked to us about being Zon power and having that high energy level. It's going to be a very special night, and I'm looking forward to getting into it. So, quick note, let me just say to everybody, all of you special, wonderful people, members of the League, we are going to be having a 12 Visions Party call. As you all know, it's every other Sunday. So this Sunday we have it. It will be at 5:30 Eastern, 2:30 Pacific time. The phone number is the same one you just called in, 206-402-0100. The password, 152194#. 5:30 p.m. Eastern, 2:30 p.m. Pacific time. This Sunday, the 14th of July. So please make a note of that. There is always a backup number if you can't get on the 206 number. It's 571-308-7982. Now, you'll want to be on next week's call because I will be announcing a very special workshop that will be sponsored by the flagship team in New York City. And we're going to be offering it to the people who are members of the League. So you'll want to be on the call to hear about that. It's going to be a limited seating, but I'll tell you, you will really go to higher levels because of it. So be on the call next week so I will go into detail about this upcoming workshop that will be in the early fall that you can participate in. Don't forget about the literature. We've got multiple literature of Frank R. Wallace's work, Mark Hamilton's work, Eric Savage's work. You want to make sure you get as much of the literature as possible. You can contact Member Services at 1-800-480-2336. If you want to contact myself personally, I do have an 800 number. I talked to a lot of you. I still have a few more I got to get to from last week. I got quite a bit this week, but I think I have 2 more left. But I will get back to you. You can contact 1-800-239-2701. Normally, we do not leave these lines open after the call. We will do it from time to time, but it's because we have another call right after this, and we don't want to take away from that call, and that is from the Mentors Call, which is the active membership program. We don't want to take away from that presentation. But we will have this line open from time to time, and probably in the next few weeks we will be doing it again. Charlie Moore and Kay Samerlin have volunteered to work that line. So it will not be tonight, but it will be coming up before the end of July, and you can have questions answered. But contact Member Services at 1-800-480-2336. To participate, to get your questions answered, to purchase literature, find out about clubhouses and programs. So you want to get into that. We want you in the know. We want you to be the best you can be. and our knowledge and programs. In the Neothink Society, we have so much to offer you. We've got a world of knowledge for all of you. So jump in and be with us on that. All right, let's get moving. And I want to do my intro, which I use every week. And there's a reason why I do certain things repeatedly. I learned this from Mark Hamilton, by the way. In the early days when I did the original Wednesday night call, we were told to repeat certain things. And Mark Hamilton explained to myself and my associate at the time that our brain power, we have to hear things over and over to kind of grasp it. So things are asked on a regular basis. So you'll hear things at the beginning of this call. You'll hear it every week. I want you to really absorb it because we've got to blast away everybody from the mysticisms. And the one thing about tonight, when we talk about picture puzzles and puzzle pieces, you must realize you must keep blasting away as many mysticisms as possible because you will not get a clear picture puzzle if you still have the illusions of manipulating, deceit, illusions. So it is crucial for you to eliminate as much as possible in order to get a really clear picture, a total integrated wide scope picture. Okay? So think about that. As I read this information, there's a reason, there's a method in my madness, as they say, for everything. It's not because I don't have enough material, because believe me, I could go on for 5 hours tonight. There's so much material just for this evening. But we are limited to the hour. But it's important that there's certain things that are repeated. So I'm going to repeat again something I start, which is my opening statement. And here we go. And this is all from Dr. Wallace, by the way. Neothink or Neotech is dedicated to the producers of or creators of values. As you'll understand, in a lot of the writings, let me clarify something. We were producers, but we've learned that creating is what we need to do. So you move from a producer mode into a creator mode. But a lot of the writings were in the production or producer mode. But we are more into the creating. Because you produce for others, you create from your level. So you have to keep yourselves as being a value creator. You should have that as a title for yourself. I say I'm Steve Fagan, a value creator. That's right with me. It's on my tongue. Each one of you should be a value creator. It's very important as you move forward in your Neothink journey. As Dr. Wallace says, you are the good, the innocent. Yet throughout history, you have been defrauded of your earned prosperity and happiness. You have been victimized by the politicians, bureaucrats, theologians, pseudo-intellectuals, and the white-collar hoax. For they live off your efforts, repaying you only with falsehoods, unearned guilt, and demands for sacrifice. In your innocence, you have unnecessarily accepted their frauds, usurpations, and abuses. Without Neotech, Neothink, you could never know what the issue is that you are not really receiving the full power of your control, because you see it's being taken away from you. But with Neothink, you realize that the power is within you and that the elite are taking it from you. With Neotech, you can forever break free from the hoaxes of the elite and the usurpations designed to live off their efforts. They usurp. They take from you. They absorb from you. They're like leeches coming off of you. You can take what all honest and productive human beings have rightfully earned, but seldom take. See, most human beings, we're fortunate because we get it now. We have the material. But most human beings pass through life without knowing what we know. They coast. And they're looking for that pie in the sky out there instead of within here. That's a very sad situation. But we're going to make a change. We're going to make this society change. And that's cool. Because why? Because with our honest and productive human beings that we are going to create the power for each person to be the person they're meant to be. A guiltless life, everybody, of prosperity, love, and happiness. Neotech, Neothink is dedicated to you and to the discovery of the prosperity and happiness that belongs to each and every one of you. Once free from mysticism and neo-cheating, a person seizes iron grip control of both the present and future to prosper forever. Once armed with Neotech knowledge, a person overpowers all mysticism and neo-cheating that tries to harm or diminish his or her life. That's our opening statement. Now, let me dissect here for a minute, because I've read this statement for multiple weeks, but I really haven't gotten into some of the words. One of the things I've asked each one of you, and we have some new people on the phone tonight, so I'd like to go back a minute. Everybody should have a notebook. Everybody should have it by week. Everyone should have action plans that you're going to take from this class tonight, as well as in your vocabulary program. There should be a section in your notebook of words and terms that you're learning and you're using in your life. From this opening statement, you should really be creating, producing, mysticisms. You need to have also in here power, control, usurp, frauds, control of your life, hard thinking, prosperity, love, happiness. These terms you need to have in your vocabulary list because you need to know the negatives as well as the positives. And you need to be aware of them at all times because you're building your awareness. You're building your conscious level. If you want to call it conscious competence, that's where you're at. And you need to know these terms. 100% responsibility should be on your vocabulary list. And you need to keep building it every week. So that's something I want you to all be aware of. Our new people, welcome. Just start with your book and start adding to it. And every week we'll be adding more and more. Right now we are in the world of consciousness, and we're talking about all the factors of consciousness. And tonight we will be talking about the neo-think mentality and how Dr. Wallace looked at it. But I'm going to not go there yet. I want to hold off a bit because I want to talk tonight about two advantages. And then we're going to go into that subject. I'm going to mix it up a little bit. Normally I do the presentation and we go into the advantages. But tonight we're going to mix it up because you know why? Because in Advantage 13 it's about a sense of life. And I want to talk about the general sense of life before I go into creating picture puzzles. And because there's something else I want to read from Dr. Wallace's writings that's going to be very impactful for all of you. Well, let's go into advantage number 13, sense of life. A sense of life is an integral part of everyone's subconscious, philosophy, and psychology. Every person has a fundamental view of the sense of life. While usually existing on a subconscious level, a person's sense of life largely determines his or her own major actions. The way you view life, everybody, the way you understand life to be. Now, this could be from your religious teachings. This could be from political. This could be from family cultures, how people who are Italian, Irish, Jewish, all these different backgrounds that people have, it really looks at how they look at life. You know, their cultures, the family. I'm Irish, so I look at things from one way. My world was always about meat and potatoes and that kind of mentality. Sunday dinners we had after Mass and all that process. And each one of you have your own cultures. But that sense of life falls into two opposite categories. And this, as neo-think people, we need to understand this. So let's go back, think of all of our cultures, think of the way our family, we grew up. And that was our sense of life, the way we were taught. Remember, it's behavioral. But now as neo-think men and women, let's take it to the next level. And that's what this advantage does for us. It talks about an objectivity, rational self-interest, benevolence, which is act of kindness, individualism, sense of life that is characterized by, number one, I guess I'm going to give you one, which is more that objective conscious world, neo-think world, the knowledge that conscious achievement is the highest level of value. Consciousness, everybody, is the highest level, not bicameral. See, many of us are still stuck in that bicameral mentality, that follower mode, following external authorities, not taking 100% responsibility for us, being victims. By the way, these terms should be all in your vocabulary list. And what we're learning here as neo-think men and women is we are going to the higher level of consciousness, awareness of ourselves, our feelings, our thoughts, our desires. And the knowledge that conscious achievement is the highest value. And be aware and embrace that. Be aware of it and embrace that. The knowledge that the conscious mind is competent to know reality. Other term, reality. What is real? Not as what is false or what is an illusion. What is real? You must be in a reality world. So that's the sense of life that we have versus the life that many of us, to be honest with you, have lived in. And I'll put myself right in there, which was the mystical, irrational, altruistic world that was about anti-individualism. And this is a belief that non-man-made values, nature, the universe, cosmos, and mystical values, such as the God, the state, society, are superior to man-made values. the belief that the conscious mind is incapable of knowing reality. That's a falsehood. You must keep developing yourself, your own consciousness, your own awareness, your own understanding. Reading this literature, creating a mini-day of reading the literature, taking action from tonight's meeting. This is something I keep reinforcing. What do you do every week after this call? How many of you go back over your notes and create action plans from your notes? How many of you have grown since this program has started because you've taken on one step or another? You know, we had a whole program on objectivity. We had a whole program we even focused on Julian James. How many of you have picked up the Julian James book and read it since that class? How many of you have gone into the literature and studied objectivity? How many of you talked about emotions? We did a whole class on emotions a while back. How many of you went back and saw emotions versus facts? See, this is what this class is teaching you, but the class doesn't end when I say goodnight. It just begins for you. Because the material I'm giving you is food for you to nurture yourself and to nourish yourself. Do you really understand that? You should be very busy between classes building and growing your action plans and your own development of yourself. So right now, I've just given you some very important information from the advantages, which you may have read before, but have you really dissected it? And that's what this class is about. I could sit here and read the literature, but that's not going to help you. You can sit and read it. I need to dig into it and use it as a realistic, practical process for you, right? Does that make sense? So what we have to look at is that knowledge that conscious achievement is the highest level. That's your conscious achievement. But you see, this is your sense of life. See, I think the mistake for many of us is we were born, and we're born just as like everybody else. But the behavior of our families and about how we were brought up and how we were working, because it was very interesting. I was watching a show about a brand new baby, a newborn baby, and watching the parents interacting with the child. And I realized we're all babies. We come into this world. We actually have the mentality. It's there. But immediately I could tell by the family attitudes, the way the child was going to be dressed, the way the child was going to be spoken to, the things that they talked about around the child. You could tell the actual attitude was being formed. You know, we have things within us, but our behavior, our really culture is very strong. And it does create something for us. But the problem also is it creates a guilt. For you see, as you start to build and break away from some of these very ingrained cultures, you feel guilty about betraying your family, your parents, siblings. And that's where you have to keep developing yourself. And this is the key today. How do you develop yourself? And how do you break away the mysticism so you can be bigger than life? And not allow the culture you are part of to dominate your world till the end of your life. That's very important. And that's where it is. What is your sense of life? My sense of life from where I am today, where I was 10 years ago, is not, I don't even recognize it. Because of where I was when it came to the church, where it was with politics, where I was with the peers I was with. Well, by the way, I'm not really involved with those people anymore because I'm in a different place, and they don't get me. And I have to make changes. My relationships have changed. You know, partnerships, all that has changed because I've changed. Now, I'm still the person who was born, and I am that neo-think person because we're all born as neo-think people. But obviously culture, religion, politics, everything changed that in me. But I'm resurfacing it now. I'm reopening. The light is lit within my soul, which is my consciousness. And it's bringing it out. So that's my sense of life, a leadership sense. Responsible. I'm no longer a victim. A person who actually looks at what is real, asking questions, looking at the facts. Not dealing with the emotions as much. I'm still working on that. I still have my moments where my emotions kick in. But I use it I look and see what makes sense or doesn't. I do my 24-hour rule. One of the things many of you may know, I believe in not responding right away or at all reacting. I mean, that's a major thing. I work very hard not to react. I still have that's my one biggest challenge. I have to keep remembering, don't react, don't get mad, or don't be, get into my temper. And I have to keep doing that because that is my old sense of life was acting as a victim, being angry all the time, being hostile, not living life with love and honesty. And you have to look at what your sense of life was. And that's where you make the decision that you look at your conscious mind and you understand the reality of your life around you. At the same time, you must look at the mystical world that you've been living in. And that's where the challenge is going to be. Because you will go against culture. You will go against family. And you will go against your traditions. But how important is it to you to be the best person you can be and live the life? And that's a degree you have to answer. As a coach, I'll say to you, well, from 0 to 10, how far do you want to go to really have the most out of your life? And by doing that, you're going to have to really work to overcome the mysticisms that have been put in your life. Because you see, as you continue to keep the mysticisms, you will still have a cloud. And you will not have a clear understanding and picture per what Dr. Wallace is saying in the literature. So you must really look at that. Say, how much mysticism do I really want to break? And move away from it, blast away out of my being. For you see, you are that pure neo-think person within you because you were born with that. But as I talked earlier, as a baby and all, your parents dress you a certain way, you were taught a certain way, you get baptized, you go all through the processes or whatever your religion may be. You have all the ceremonies, all the processes. So already before you even have a chance to really think for yourself, you're already ingrained in this world. So you have to realize that you have to go back to the basics, the bare naked truth or honesty. And then rebuild yourself. And it is a rebuilding. But it's in you, but you have to rebuild it. So remember, with sense of life, you have the regular conscious world or objectivity reality versus the mystical, irrational, altruistic, non-reality. Now, regarding altruism, it's very important. In this particular verse, it says sense of life, the altruistic, and he calls it malevolent, it really has to do with the hatred and the anger and being spiteful. So you've got to understand it's malevolent. I have to always make sure I pronounce that correctly because I even phonetically do it. It's malevolent. That's the term. So it is about being spiteful. It's about being angry. It's about being hateful, malicious. And many people in this world are like that. Our elite has that going on. So we have to understand that if we're living in that type of a sense of life, the virtue is and becoming sacrificing. We're sacrificing our beings, which is another mysticism by sacrificing. That it keeps us from being the person we're really truly to be, the integrated person we need to be. So we must be able to move away from that altruistic, malevolent world of being sacrificing ourselves and get into a world of creating values, which is going to create happiness for us. Looking at our consciousness, developing our consciousness, and moving from that. Now, speaking of selfishness, I want to go into Advantage 14. Self-growth versus selfless views. And make a note, this should be in your vocabulary list. Selflessness, selfishness. And what's bad? Look at that and regulate it. Most productive people subconsciously hold a self-love, pro-individual sense of life. And this is very true. I happen to love myself now. I think I'm one great guy. Now, you'll say, isn't he a cocky son of a gun? Why? I've got values. I've identified what they are in my life. I'm creating values from that. I'm creating opportunities for others. I'm giving people opportunities to move their lives forward. I'm doing my essence. Why shouldn't I feel good about that? Why should I apologize for identifying my essence and actually creating a nice living from it, as well as helping people? Think about that. What's wrong with that? Why do I have to apologize for that? I'm not going to. You shouldn't either. But in our society, when you sound like that, people think that you're just high and mighty. Do you see? That's the kind of things you have to break away from. And unfortunately, you're in a society when you really feel good about yourself and you've got that prideful, we have pride, image, we get looked down upon. You should be proud of it. You should be pleased. You should smile. That's what you have to do. Not feel guilty about it. So Advantage 14, it really is important for you to understand that because as a productive person and a creative person, subconsciously you should love yourself. You should be in love with yourself. And you should be an individual who is an individual in life, and believe that. Now, a major step towards personal prosperity and happiness is to reject all guilt that has put on you, like I just talked to you as an example, and others by mystics and neo-cheaters, because the neo-cheaters are going to put you down and say, how dare you be so self-righteous? Who are you to be so self-righteous? To be so cocky about who you are? You should be humbled. You should be basically just put your body down and kind of shrivel in and, be sacrificial, be a victim. That's malarkey. And in Advantage 14, it explains to you to be proud of who you are, stand up, take role of who you are, take that measurement of a strength that you've got. And remember, altruism, which is a major political maneuver of altruism, sacrifice yourself, give money away, give processes, give of yourself, is a negative, everybody. It's not a positive. It's an abusive factor. It's not a problem if you want to give certain money to certain groups or whatever. You make a call on that, but you don't have to do it because you're told to. These different churches and things, they say you have to give a percentage and all that. Why? Where do they come with these numbers? Why do you have to do that? What is that about? You make the decision for yourself what you want to do. You are in control of your life. You do not let others tell you what to do. And altruism can be very, very dangerous. And as all of us know, with the storms and all the problems that have been going around even in our world this last few years, money's being given out all over. But how many of these organizations are really real? Just think of that as a point, because you just automatically give out because you're in that science. You think, I don't know, I guess many people think they're going to get these rewards in this other planet or something, and that they're being tallied or something. That's why they give all this. Or because society tells you, see what a good person you are, you're sacrificing yourself. Oh, okay, all right, Joe, you can't buy that something else because you're going to give that money to somebody else. Really think before you act. What is good? What is real? What isn't? Don't just react because all of a sudden there's a disaster and you want to give money. Yes, we want to help others and we want others to help themselves, and we all understand we do it there, and I'm not negative to that. But make the decision what makes sense to you and your life. Again, sense of life and your own self-growth. Politicians want you to sacrifice yourself. Politicians use altruism as their manipulating factor to have power over us. Because they're saying we're doing these programs, these rules, these regulations for the social good. It's for their good. It's for their power. And we're letting them get by with it. That's a major issue. So going forward, I'm saying that, yes, there are times you will give. I'm not going to say you don't. I even at times will give something that I see a value from. But I do ask questions. I do evaluate it. I do look at my economic level, what I can do that makes sense. I'm not told I have to give 15%. That you have no right to tell me what I have to give or not give. And you decide what makes sense for the situation and for your pocketbook. And do it not for the social good. Do it for what you can understand in your heart with love and with honesty, what is real. Now, rational self-growth is about benevolence. It's about, acting with kindness, honesty, and developing our consciousness as beings. But you see, you can't develop your consciousness unless you get rid of being a victim and you take 100% responsibility. We've been talking about all the levels of consciousness for the last few weeks in all the programs. The bottom line is you cannot develop your consciousness unless you take 100% responsibility for your being and dig into that. If you're in a victim mode or a follower mode, you'll never develop your consciousness to the full level you need to. So you must be well aware of that and work from that. See what I'm saying? So that's very, very important. All right, I just went into as a foundation for what we're going to present now. That was Advantage 13 and 14, Sense of Life and Self-Growth and Selfless View, which were the 13 and 14. Now, I want to go into another area that I found while I was doing my research. I found it to be very interesting, and I've decided to discuss this tonight before I get further into Neothink mentality, because this one really hit me. And Dr. Wallace talked about that. And the reason why I want to bring this up is, as you all know, I'm the chairman of the 12 Visions Party, and I have a belief that we're going to move this forward. And our country is in huge turmoil right now, as well as the world. And we're in a major, I call it catastrophic situation. The administration and all, we have some major problems going on, huge. I want to read something to you that I found in my research. We got from Dr. Wallace that was written many years ago, but thinking of it for today. And I want to discuss it for a minute. And here we go. America today, and this was written, it looks like back in 1991. America today is at once the greatest and the worst nation on earth. Let me read that again. America today is at once the greatest and the worst nation on earth. The greatest by the productivity, well-being, and happiness created by the mightiest host of professional value producers and competent workers in history. Our forefathers, the beginners of this country. The worst by the harm, deprivations, and unhappiness caused by a rapidly expanding parasitical elite class. I think I got your attention. That leech class is cannibalizing history's most bountiful world of earned wealth and created values. But today, everyone can look happily to the future, for the rising prosperity revolution and its army of independent self-leaders will eliminate the parasite class to bring ever-growing well-being and happiness to everyone. This is a huge paragraph that I just read, and I want to talk about it with all of you. Because as I get now into creating Neothink mentality, you all must understand this is a turning point, this paragraph. We are living in a parasite elite world today, and we're being sucked up by them. Our economy, our educational system, our health system is in dire straits. We are no longer the great nation we were. We are in huge debt issues. We have major issues when it comes to our political parties. The political two-party system is going away. It's dying. That's why I know the 12 Visions Party is coming to the right time to make it work. But you have to understand that you and I must be leaders, independent self-leaders. We must be taking full control. The world of listening and following is over, everybody. Dr. Wallace said that in 91. He said that to all of us. Now, how many years later? 13 years later, we are living in the reality of these statements. We are living in a world that is on a destructive level. I'm serious. You're members of the League. You must have your eyes opened. You must have your spirit open. You must have your growth mode ready to go. Self-leadership, responsibility. The prosperity revolution was the computer world. The computer world was what grew. Steve Jobs, Bill Gates, all the computer industry. That's what was showing the growth of business. Dr. Wallace is referring to that in this paragraph. That was the example that we could make it work. That was the shining star that we are putting a lot of our knowledge on, is that by the way the world, the computer world, was able to advance in a 25-year period is how all of the other worlds, such as health and wellness, such as education, all of these programs will get better once we put together that business mentality, the entrepreneur world, the self-leaders, which is us, by the way. We are the self-leaders. But we must overcome the mysticism that I started this presentation off with. We must break away from some values that may not make sense anymore. We have to get rid of our guilt over making changes for ourselves. We must be taking action and growing every day and not stop. This is not a place where you take a vacation. This is a day in and day out growth mode that we have to take responsibility. I've told you time and again, Dr. Wallace believed you don't compromise. And I believe that myself. And I put myself in that level and develop it because I realize we are the ones who are going to save this world in many ways. The neo-think mentality. And you know why I can say that? Am I cocky? I don't think so. We've been searching for years. We've been looking. We've been hunting. We found it. But we've got to use our knowledge now. You're on this call tonight. But what are you going to do with it? When you come on the call Sunday night, can I count on a few hundred of you? We've got over 400 people here tonight. Can I count on all of you on Sunday night's call? So as we talk about how we're going to move the 12 Visions Party forward. So you can help us move it forward. Or is this just going to become another thing? You see, that's what I want to bring to you. Don't make this just another thing in your life. This is not a self-help program, everybody. This is a way of life. If you're in here to be in a self-help program, you're in the wrong place. This is not a quick fix motivational level meeting. I'm not Anthony Robbins. I'm creating knowledge that I believe in, as many of you are, to tell you how you can live your life to the fullest with the tools that have been revealed to us. But we have to take the responsibility to say, I will make them work in my life and do the action for it. If you don't take that commitment, it's not going to work. And you have to maybe put blinders on around you as you move forward with your area of purpose and not let others deter you. That's why do you think it's so important we want people to go to clubhouses? Why do you think it's so important we want you to be able to go and talk about the literature? Why we want you to be able to develop the self-leader program? Why we want you on the mentor calls? Because we're giving you the tools to help you now that you've got the blinders on for the world around you in regard to how you're going to use. I mean, you need to be aware of the problem. So when I say blinders, I'm talking about you've got to have a blinder towards your areas of purpose so you're not letting the others around you deter you. That's what I'm talking about, not blinders to reality, because the reality is this is a world of illusion, and we cannot be blind to that. But we have to keep our blinders on, or like you know how a horse does, the blinders on each side of the eyes, and not allow outside forces to deter us from our mission. That's what I want to clarify. And you have to look at that, because that's where I've made a commitment for that. Because I have made mistakes and allowed others to overrule my decisions in my mind, and I put too much energy into that. You ever heard the term giving free rent in your head for somebody? Don't do that. Don't give them free rent. You're the best you're supposed to be. Don't let others' jealousies, anger, spitefulness deter you from your mission. See, we need you to be on your mission. The world needs you. Neo-think is the way to go for the world. We have to get it out there. Let me clarify one thing. We are very happy for Dr. Wallace, and I really wish I could have met Dr. Wallace. I was very happy to have Tony Ward on last week because it's just like at least I'm having that connection. Rosa Maria Wallace, Mark Hamilton. I have the connections through these people as well as you. The key is here, Mark Hamilton has visualized this material. He went and researched it for 33-plus years. And all. We are the ones to actualize it. You must take that commitment. Stop looking to Mark Hamilton to actualize it for you. It isn't going to happen. I'm telling you that right now. You have to actualize your own thing. Mark Hamilton does not want to be your God. Nobody should be your God but you. And I'm putting it out there tonight. Stop trying to glamorize somebody. He is a brilliant man who put together these words and this prose. Mark Hamilton. Dr. Wallace was a phenomenal man for brilliance. The whole family. But don't treat them as gods. You are your own God. Develop that. Stop waiting for them to tell you, because it isn't going to happen. We're making it work. And I can talk to you tonight because you're members of the league. You're on that special elite group. And you are needing to take the action. I'm giving you the material tonight. I'm giving you the information. I'm putting it into perspective for you. But what are you going to do with it after this call? Again, does it go in the bag until next Thursday night at 7:30 Eastern Time? Or are you going to work off of the material I gave you? Are you going to go back and reread Advantage 13 and 14? Are you going to really think about what I talked to you about the world today? Are you going to be on Sunday's call when I talk about forward movement with the 12 Visions Party and what we're doing at the grassroots level and the state level? You want to hear about that because we are making changes and we're going to make it happen. I believe this paragraph, and I'm going to read it again, because this paragraph is a nuts and bolts for a lot of what we're doing. And he is referring to America, even though we know it's global. But right now he's looking at America, and we're all here today from America, at least 95%. We may have a few outside the country, and we're glad to have you with us. So Dr. Wallace said the following: America today is at once the greatest and the worst nation on earth. The greatest by the productivity, well-being, and happiness created by the mightiest host of professional value producers and competent workers in history, our forefathers. The worst by the harm, deprivations, and unhappiness caused by a rapidly expanding parasital elite class. And to be clarified for all those who may have said it right, parasitical elite class. That leech class is cannibalizing history's most bountiful level of earned wealth and created values. But today, everyone can look happily to the future. And this is the key. We can look happily to the future. And because now we're going to talk about Neo-Think mentality, which is thinking in picture puzzles and looking into the future. Because with our Neo-Think mentality, with our mystic-free thinking, with our mindset, we can look into the future with glee. For the rising prosperity revolution and its army of independent self-leaders, guess who they are? The self-leaders are each one of you on this call tonight. So this sentence is for us. Dr. Wallace is saying to all of us right now, to all of my members of the elite, and I should say, the league, this is what I'm saying to you. And so this is Dr. Wallace speaking to each one of us right now, and here's what he says. For the rising prosperity revolution and its army of independent self-leaders will eliminate the parasite class to bring ever-growing well-being and happiness to everyone. We are the self-leaders, everybody. We have to take up the torch. We have to take up the baton, and we got to move it forward. Dr. Wallace, Frank Wallace, we've got Mark Hamilton, we have Eric Savage, have passed the baton to us to take action with it. Are you going to grasp the baton and help us move forward to the world we should be in? Because you see, Dr. Wallace has identified you as the self-leaders. Everyone on this call tonight. But what are you going to do as a self-leader? You know, you don't have to wait for me. You don't have to wait for others who are mentors and all. You can ask help and advice if that would help, but you still can take action. What are you going to do? Do you have the baton? Are you packing it up? Are you going to run? What are you going to do tonight after this call? Yes, there's another call. You can go on that. That's fine. But what are you going to do from what you learned tonight? What do your notes look like? What are your thoughts about what you're hearing? That's a powerful paragraph. That's worth its weight in gold for where we are as a society right now. So where are you with that? And what are you going to do with that? Very important. Okay. Let me go into a few other areas when it comes to Neo-Think mentality and Neo-Think thinking. It's the Neo-Think mind, everybody. Dr. Wallace says the following. The Neo-Think mind thinks simultaneously with both the left brain, which is the fully integration side, and the right brain. That's without boundaries. The right brain we know is our artistic level, etc., versus our technical level, which is the left side. The neothink mind thinks in a picture language, which means thinking in integrated, no-boundary images. On your vocabulary list, integrated, no-boundary images, along with pictures. The ultimate, most sensuous, most powerful form of metaphorical thinking. We've talked about the metaphors in the past classes. That mind, in turn, breaks those images into small, powerful segments. Such a breakdown from the whole pictures into separate parts, which, by the way, are puzzle pieces. We use the term puzzle pieces. Dr. Wallace called them separate parts. Everyone had a neothink mind as a young child. I told you earlier, we all were born with it, but as we got into our family cultures, as we got into school, etc., our neothink minds were literally filled with cement, gook, garbage of society. We have to blast it away. Now, this is the happy news, is that any adult can recapture that young, wide-open mind through fully integrated honesty. Fully integrated honesty is the key, and you've got to look at that by overcoming mysticism. We talked a lot about mysticism earlier in this class. So, how are you going to blast it away? How are you going to overcome the guilt, the fear for saying no to people in your life because you don't agree with them and turn your back on some things? For you just heard how this society is in such a dire straits, we have to help make a change. And by the way, it doesn't mean it's for us today. We're doing the change for our grandchildren, future great-grandchildren. The world will not stay as it is. And I believe as one person, the two-party system is on its way out. And we're going to be one of the ones, but the 12 inches party is going to make a change. I'll be talking about that. And you need to see, these are all puzzle pictures and pieces. How do you see the future in your puzzle picture? Your fully integrated, wide scope accounting mentality that is mystic free. How does this world look to you? How does it look in 15 years? How do you see it? I'm serious. How do you see it? How are the changes, by us making the changes, happening? How does it look to you? How does it feel to you? What is the world looking like? How does our government look in 15 years with us taking control, with our entrepreneurship, with our businesses, replacing career politicians with businessmen and women? How does the government look? We have a protection-only budget. We get rid of initiatory force. How does that look to you? How does that feel to you? How do you feel when you think about it? I feel pretty good because I know I'm earning something. I know this first quarter of this century, by taking full responsibility, overcoming mysticisms, overcoming guilt, stopping to look to think of a world where I'm going to get my rewards when I die. My rewards are here, now, what I'm doing. And helping others make their life better. You know, we're here to help each other in our society move forward. We're not here just to stagnate and wish upon a star. It's a cute song, but it's not real. You see that? That's what we're here about. And that's what we have to look at. Now, let me go over a few other areas. We must overcome biases, our own agendas, emotions that are irrational, ideas that are just general ideas. We need to have formulated concepts, moving away from percepts. Because what happens if we stay with living with just ideas and our emotions and agendas and biases, you know what we result in? It will result in negative decision making that is going to be affecting us. Our actions will be on the negative point. Our emotions are going to overtake us, and we're going to be reacting instead of responding. And you know what reacting does. We need to be very careful about the results of manipulation. We have to worry about distorted illusions, dishonesty that are being presented to us by the AC world. Dishonesty is a crucial factor. It's a sin, if you want to use that term. And we're getting that from the elite world and even people in our own peer group. We must concentrate on our wide scope understanding and our value creation knowledge. Neo-think mind is about pictures. It's about the right brain, left brain connecting. It's about thinking in an integrated knowledge, full picture, the whole process. It's about thinking in a reality-based mind, not illusion. Stop looking to the pie in the sky. Look at the reality of where it is. Stop sacrificing yourself for something that's an illusion. Live today. Learn from yesterday, live today, build for tomorrow. Look into tomorrow. See the future. You all know I'm into 2025. I'm actually moving to 2030 because I already got 2025 in place. And I see what I'm doing for 2030 because I got to keep building. I got so much to do to get this in place so that our world will be saved. Yes, I will tell you that. People say to me, why are you so busy? Because I say I have a world to save. Now, is that egotistical? Guess what? To the AC world it is. But not to me, the neo-think man. That's my job. Yeah. And if I get a good percentage of them, I've done a pretty good job. But I go for the whole integration. Do you understand that? I'm not going to go for bits and pieces because society told me I had to, because I have to sound like I'm a selfish person because I said I want to save the world. And how dare you be so self-righteous? Who are you? Well, I'm a darn good neo-think man who thinks in pictures and picture puzzles, and I live with fully integrated honesty, and I have broad scope mentality, so of course I'm looking at the world. I'm not just looking at the U.S. I'm starting with the U.S., but I'm going for the world. And guess what? By me being in this mindset, I'm going to feel better, I'm going to be energized, I'm going to be motivated to keep going up every day and getting out of bed and saying I'm having a great day and it's going to be a better day. That's what I'm going to do. Because I'm learning the tools, because I'm breaking away from the mysticisms, because I'm using the advantages to my best way. I'm reading Dr. Wallace's material. I'm looking at the reality of the world around me, and it's bad. And by us with the 12 Visions Party and the Neo-Think movement and the 12 Visions Party movement, we have a chance. Do you understand? We have a chance. And why do I believe in it? Because I've been looking for it since I was a kid. For over 50 years I've been looking for this. Well, I'm not a kid anymore, and I am not an AC person. I am a neo-think man, and I'm a proud neo-think man, and I'm not afraid to say I'm proud. And I let people know I'm a neo-think person. And I let people know about the 12 Visions Party. I just did a radio show about the 12 Visions Party. It just was aired yesterday. And I'm going to keep talking about it. I'm going to keep getting it out there. Because we will never survive unless I do it, unless you do it. And when I say I take my responsibility. What do you do? What is your responsibility? That's what you have to make a decision about. You're members of the League. This is our opportunity. This is our world. Are we going to go for it? Are we going to get rid of all the mysticisms? Are we going to get rid of all the ills that we've been talked about and live a phenomenal life? Or are we going to do the same old, and then the world just collapses? I, for one, will not let that happen. We have almost 500 people on this phone tonight. What are you all going to do about it? I'm hoping many of you will be on our 12 Visions Party call on Thursday night. I should say, I apologize, on Sunday evening. And let me give you that phone number one more time, just so that we are all in sync. The phone number is which is going to be 5:30 this Sunday, July 14th. Is 206-402-0100. Same number as this one. The guest ID is 152194#. 5:30 p.m. Eastern, 2:30 p.m. Pacific time. It's only an hour. Be on the call. Hear what we're talking about. Hear about the growth of the 12 Visions Party. Get involved with it. We're going to need state affiliates. We're going to need national level support. Get into it. We've got a group of you. We're already setting you up in programs. We're going to need more. But we're also needing you to develop yourself. If nothing else, are you developing yourself to be the self-leader you should be? You've been given the tools. Next week we're going to go deeper into this. And we're going to make it the difference we've been searching for. You've been searching. I've been searching. Let's continue to now take this and take action. Let's do it together. I'm in. How about you? Who's got it? Okay, Mark Hamilton, Frank R. Wallace has passed us the baton. How many of us are grabbing it? I've got it in my hand. How many of you will have it in your hand? If you want to speak to me directly, my name is Steve Fagan. For anybody who's brand new, welcome to the call. We've been doing this call for 3 months, so obviously I know you have a little catch-up to do. Here is the info. You call me at 1-800-239-2701. You can call me. My name is Steve Fagan. Leave me a message. I will call you back. 1-800-239-2701. Okay? That's how you get a hold of me. My name is Steve Fagan. All right. Tell everybody in South Carolina, North Carolina, who you are. Just take a minute. I don't have a lot of time. And that you want that so they know because they don't know who you are.
Yes. Okay, those who are listening. Salim Hassan. I have a clubhouse named New World Visions. New World Visions, and the email is newworldvisions@att.net. Phone number 843-647-5859. Reach out to me anytime. Thanks,
Great.
Steve.
Thank you, Celine. Excellent. Thank you. Okay, I'm opening up lines, but I'm going to be hanging up, so we have to say goodnight.
Hey, Steve, Jerry from Ohio. I just want to say I've been reading the Frank R. Wallace collection.
Yes.
The Forbidden Revelation and the Crime Cure. I'm surrounded by so many books and so much knowledge. It's just unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Isn't it great, though? It's a wonderful feeling, right? The world is open to you.
The Frank R. Wallace collection, it's very interesting to read.
Yes.
Very, very eye-opening, compared to some of the other writings. But I really enjoy it. A lot of reading, though.
I'm with you 100%. I was so honored to be able to teach this class. It's so wonderful. So
I delegate an hour every single morning at 6:30 in the morning and read for an hour nonstop with no distractions or anything. And I think I really absorb it first thing right in the morning, right out of the gate. Nothing fills your mind. It's the first thing I read in the morning. The first thing that enters my mind is the 12 Visions Party readings and all the Frank Wallace material. Very exciting.
That's wonderful news. Thanks for sharing that with us. That's great.
Thank you, Steve. Jerry from Ohio.
Jerry, thanks a lot. Look forward to seeing you. I hope you guys will be on Sunday night. I know we're trying to build Ohio up, as a matter of fact, for the state of Philly.
Yeah, there's a clubhouse down in Youngstown. I'm up in Madison, Ohio, right up in the Lake Erie.
All right, cool, excellent. I'd like that to be done. That'd be great. Excellent. Because right now there is every Wednesday night at 8 o'clock Eastern, 5 o'clock Pacific time is our news and updates call, and all the clubhouses get on and talk about their meetings.
Steve.
At what time?
There's a clubhouse in Lakeland, Florida.
I believe the one you have to go to is Doc Morris's that he does on the telephone.
In Lakeland, right?
No, it's not in Lake. I don't know where Doc lives. I'm not sure. He just does it on the telephone, though.
Okay. Tampa or Orlando, because I'm in the middle of Lakeland.
Unfortunately, we have no. They're looking to start them, but we don't have any personal or face-to-face clubhouses in Florida right now. All they have is I think there might be one in Miami, but I think the majority of them are all just on the telephone.
So stay with me here.
Got to call member services. Call member services again. 1-800-480-2336, and they'll help you with where you are. They're the ones who will give you all. They have all the maps and all the information for you.
What time can I call member services? Are they?
Call them right now. You got to leave them a message. Call them right now after this call, and they'll call you back before the weekend or around the weekend. You'll get it this weekend. Okay? Thanks.
All right.
All right, guys. My pleasure. All right, guys.
Steve, this is Brian from Wisconsin.
Yes, Brian.
Yes, sir. I just started a company with fishing lures, and I've read your books, and I agree with everything, and I'm just not seeing the business on eBay right now. I want to start an online thing, but I can't raise the funds.
Oh boy, I got you. Okay, that's the usual difficulty for everybody. Are you paying the $30 a month so that you can be on the Business Alliance call?
No, but I got everything else with my with the federal and state permits and everything.
Okay.
I just don't have a merchant's license, so I'm going through PayPal.
Oh, okay. I got you. Yeah. All right. Well, the other thing, I can't do anything with you personally. I mean, you can get on if you're an active member. You could be part of the Business Alliance, and you could share your questions and all with the Business Alliance members, and they can give you some ideas or suggestions. But you have to be an active member, paying $30 a month to be on that program.
Oh, okay.
All right, you can call Member Services again.
Thank you.
Not a problem. Member Services can get you hooked up. Okay.
Hello, Steve.
Thank you very much.
My pleasure.
Hello,
Thank you.
Hello, Steve. Hello, Steve.
Yes.
Hello, Steve.
I'm here. Yes.
I'm calling from the Virgin Islands.
Oh, how nice. I'm glad you could join us.
This is my first time on the call.
Wow.
Do you have a clubhouse in the Virgin Islands?
No, we don't. Would you like to start one?
I don't know how.
Well, I think you need to get on the do me a favor, get on next Wednesday night's call. It's the same number as this, 206-402-0100. And here's the passcode for the Wednesday night call, 8 o'clock Eastern, 5 o'clock Pacific. You ready?
Yeah.
256015
256012.
15
256015
Correct. And it's the same phone number as 206-402-0100. And get on about 10 minutes to 8 and listen to all the clubhouses. They come up and they present. You can also call Member Services because Doc Morris has a clubhouse, and he's having one this weekend that you can call into. I don't have the info. Member Services has all that.
Okay, then.
Okay?
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you. My pleasure. Thanks for joining us. All right, guys, I'm hanging up. Thanks for everybody. Have a great week.
Thanks, Steve.
Thanks, guys. Take care. Good night. Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Good night. It was a pleasure. Thanks, everybody. Talk to you Sunday night. Okay, take care.
Sunday night.
Bye-bye now.